in today's video we are going to be looking into my ENDLER Blue Dream tub down here, right? Because guys, there's literally big, massive, giant blue dreams in here. And guys, I also want to look for my female BRISTLENOSE PLECO, because we're also going to be starting up a breeding colony in this tank here with blue dreams, so I'll need to get that female out of there. And seeing how many babies there are and checking on the shrimp, right? So you got that coming right up. Right guys, let's have a little look so you can see the issue. There it is, that is the issue. It is basically choked full of duckweed and salvinia. And yeah, I can see looking down through this little porthole that we made that there is quite a few ENDLERs. I can see baby ENDLERs in there, and I can also see baby shrimp and stuff. But yeah guys, I would like to actually see this entire thing, including all the fish and shrimp and whatever else, just by glancing at it and not actually like struggling to see what's in here, right? So today we're going to do a little water change. I have my water already prepared, and we're going to remove probably 99.9%. You know what it's like with duckweed. We're going to remove it from this top, and yeah, let's do that right now. I have started the siphoning that we need to remove our water, and I'm going to fill this tub up here with about 10 litres of water. And then guys, we're going to use a comb, and then we're going to comb all of this stuff off, put it into here, and we'll see what's in the tub. Let's remove our duckweed. Let's do it. One grain at a time. I'm kidding guys, I'm kidding guys. The absolute best way to remove duckweed is with a comb. Of course, I don't really need this comb anymore, but yeah, the best way to do it is to use a comb, right? So let's get our little floating feeding ring out. And then guys, this is probably the most satisfying thing in the world. Basically hoover up all the duckweed all at once. And it's just so cool. Right, and we put it into this container here because it will give us a chance to find in baby shrimp and baby ENDLERs that might actually make their way in there. Oh, I can see a little baby shrimp in there. That was a tiny one. Oh my god. Like this, you'll see. Look at that. And you go. Superb, bit of Nubius there as well. So you can see guys that this is a really effective way to remove a lot of duckweed really fast. I mean, you're never going to get rid of all of it, but well, I suppose guys, if you really wanted to get rid of duckweed, you probably could. Probably lots and lots of people that have done it. Let's scrape all this stuff off at the back here. If you're wondering what this little bag is, it's a bag of Purigen that actually needs to be recharged. Some lovely hornwort growing in there under all that mess of duckweed and salvinia. Scoop you up. And guys, you can look at the video time stamps there. How long did that take to remove that much duckweed? So the next thing I like to do guys is grab a small shrimp net like this, and I like to just scoop as much of the duckweed off the top as possible. Right, and yeah, you're going to catch baby fish, baby shrimp in here doing it this way, but it is by far the easiest way and the least time consuming way of clearing up all the excess duckweed, right? Because luckily for us, duckweed actually floats, so yeah, you can kind of get rid of the majority of it if you do this enough. So this is looking much better, but the thing I did notice guys is I thought a lot of this was Java moss, but I think it's actually string algae. So yeah, it is definitely string algae here, look. So let's get a barbecue skewer like this, give it a little wrap up, put it straight into our container, and yeah, we'll just give it a little clean with this stuff as well. It's not mega bad, but there is some string algae, you see it. Let's get rid of this while we can, just to give the tank a little bit of a freshen up. I think this is Java moss over this side. You can see it. Yeah, that's Java moss. Java moss. Java moss and string algae for me seem to go hand in hand. You look at all this, look, string algae. So I like to use the tug and pull up method, see? And that seems to get rid of all of your string algae. Now if I up my water changes, I probably wouldn't have anywhere near as bad as string algae as I do. There's a big clump here, look at this bit. But yeah, you know what it's like, you get a little bit lazy doing water changes. And yeah, string algae, num num. I actually do put this in with my crayfish because they seem to love it. To eat it, that is. Next we're going to clean one of the filters, and I have noticed my ancestral female is actually behind the filter here, so it's good to know that she's still alive and in here. And guys, all we're going to do is, can we catch her? No. All we're going to do here is take off this sponge, because I like to periodically clean at least one of the double sponges every so often. You're just going to give it a little shake in the actual tank itself to get any baby shrimp off, make sure there's no fish on it or anything like that, and then you're going to go over to the tap and you're going to give it a little clean. Now bear in mind, where I live in Norway, we have no chlorine. Give it a good clean, give it a good squeeze, make sure you get the inside squeeze, because yeah, you can see the water here. Often it will get quite compacted in the centre, and this is just lukewarm water. I have no chlorine. And this will just help with the efficiency of your filter to clean the tank. Because it's the bacteria will actually be on the sponge material. That'll be good enough, you think? Let's get it back on. Back into position, and let's get our tank filled back up with water. So my water is already prepped up here. I have it already run down in a line ready to go into the tanks. This is just the way I do it, guys. Lots of different people will do it different ways. I have reverse osmosis water, and I use salt and mineral GH KH plus, and that's quite important that people know the difference. GH plus is for bee shrimp and GHKH plus is for neocardinas and tigers. So I'll get these on, and then we'll drip the water in, and then I'm going to try and get rid of the rest of this duckweed, because it would be nice if we could make this look really, really clean today. Alright, let's grab a little bit of paper towel. And I'm going to rub just the edges, guys, all the way along like this, because yeah, there is a lot of dry duckweed on the sides. And I know this is just a tub, but we want to try and make it look pretty, don't we, guys? Get all the duckweed off at the side. And yeah, because I've actually seen it where duckweed can grow from the tiniest little dry bit of plant, so you're never really going to get rid of all of it unless you do this type of cleaning all the time. But yeah, what's also really interesting, guys, is the size of the shrimp in this tub. Now this tank is colder, it's maybe 1 or 2 degrees colder than the rest of the tanks that are higher up because it's near the floor, but yeah, look at the size of these shrimp. These things are like 3 centimeters long. Big massive things. Right, so I'm going to see if I can find any more duckweed, and then we'll feed the tank, and yeah. Alright guys, let's have a little look in here. Did we actually catch any fish or shrimp in this tub rig? Because if you do it this way, it's actually very, very easy to see if you actually catch anything, because all you do is move it to the side like this, and then you look down through the water column. My first impressions are, if there was any fish, I would see them pretty much straight away. Can't see a single thing. Not even a tiny shrimp. Let's have a look at this side. Nothing again. So yeah, I would say this is good enough stuff to go in my daughter's goldfish container. My daughter's goldfish loves to eat all this kind of stuff here. There's also mollies in it as well, so Yeah, that's where this will be going. Waste not, want not, the Goldie will eat it all. So the moment of truth, guys. Be honest in the comment section below. What do you think? Is this better or was it better before? I know what way I like best, that is for sure. Look at all the baby fish. I'm actually quite shocked at how many baby fish there is. Now I know that light is pretty much destroying the shot here, but if you can look around it, yeah, there's a ton of little baby fish. And guys, the other thing I'm quite shocked at is just the size of some of these shrimp. Now here's a choco here, female. I wonder if I could lift her up to show you, right, because she is really, really big. Really, really big. And I wonder if it looks like she might be carrying eggs. Just be careful. Look at the size of this girl. Yeah, that's a choco, and she's buried as well. Look at the size of her. What a beautiful shrimp. And so for some reason, they seem to be growing a little bit larger in this tank than normal. Now I do neglect this tank a little bit more. Take from that what you will. But yeah, they get their water changes. The tank looks good enough, it looks clean enough. What I do notice here is a lack of algae on the sides, but that's to be expected with the amount of duckweed that we had on the surface. With the tank itself, the plants are looking spectacularly good. We've got jungle val down here that we put one piece in, you can see it's spread all over the place. We have a bit of wood here with some java moss. There's various different bits of bucephalandra all through here. There's java fern, there's hornwort. Yeah, this is really, really cool. Let's add some fish flakes in here and yeah, we'll see if these little fish will come closer. I'm not going to put too much in, but just a little bit. Let's see if we can get them to come over here for the camera. Of course it's going to spread all over the place though. Look at these shrimp at the back. You see them, how big they are? There's a big buried blue dream there as well. You see her? Right in the centre of the shot. And then there's a big choco girl behind as well. Because remember guys, this was actually my cull tub for my blue dreams, and yeah, we got the odd choco in there as well, so that's why you're seeing these shrimp. I don't see any baby shrimp at all. Not even any really small ones. There's one small one here, but it's not that small either. But yeah, it's looking pretty good, I think. It's looking pretty good. Let's get the lights off in the rest of the room, and we'll get a final shot for our thumbnail. Let's have a little nighttime close-up shot. Possibly get a really good thumbnail here. Isn't that awesome? Maybe this one here, guys. Put a vignette on it. That is looking so nice. Especially all the baby fish. And the big giant shrimp in the bottom. Guys, let me know in the comment section below if you have enjoyed today's video. If you have, then please do like and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next one. Happy shrimp game, guys.